Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. And today I want to look at a dope looking pair of mids that caught my eye. They actually look like they have some off-white influence to them. Of course, we lost Virgil last year, and that was a huge loss to the sneaker community. But I feel like his style is kind of living on, and you can see his influence living on in shoes like this. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these inside out Jordan 1 mids. Okay, so a little out of the ordinary here. I feel like this is what we used to get for Jordan 1 mids, or maybe I had another pair of kicks that had a box like this, but it's all black and it's got a flip top lid. But this one kind of has the Wings logo in glossy print. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of diagonal on the corner there. But it's got the Wings logo down here in the corner. And then on all the sides, it's also got that Wings logo kind of in like a glossy print. It's kind of hard to see because it's black on black. Murdered out. But it's on there. And this shoe dropped overseas. I got this on GOAT and I paid about 150 bucks for these. I thought it was worth it for the early review. I'd imagine they're coming to the US, but I'm not sure when, and I don't know what the price will be. I just think these looked so unique that to me it was worth paying a little extra to get them early, and I wanted to make this review for y'all. The tag reads Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Craft, and I got these in a size 10 because the 10 was cheaper than the 10.5. The colors are white, neutral gray, and phantom. But sure, the box is a little out of the ordinary, but I think these things are dope. And I know there's a lot of mid haters out there, but whenever I saw these, I immediately thought of the off-white Jordan 1s. And these are coined the inside out Jordan 1 mids. And I think that you can tell real quick that they made these look like the shoe was actually flipped inside out. But I really like the detail in these. I like the mix of materials, and I just like how unique they are. I love all these grays and, you know, the sail and just kind of these antique looking colors all together. I think these are really neat. But there's a lot of things that are just really out of the norm on this pair, and I think they came together really well on this pair of mids. And one of the things that immediately made me think of off-white is just this bright orange stitching down here. And if you'll notice, there's 2 stitches and then 3 stitches. And I think that's just kind of like a under the radar shout out to 23, obviously. But I think that's pretty cool. But there's just 2 rows and then 3 rows right beside it. So I think that's a neat way to give us the 23. Some things that definitely remind me of the off-white ones is just that this material is, I wouldn't call it canvas. It's almost got like a nylon type feel to it, but I think it's just made to look like it's the inside of the shoe pretty much. But it's not like the nylon that we get on Jordan 1 tongues or anything. It really does just feel like it's supposed to be like the backing of the shoe or something. And we also have a more canvas feeling material for the swoosh. And I always like having just different texture and different colors that are close to each other and that sort of thing. I just think it gives the shoes a lot of depth. But then another thing that really reminded me of off-white influence is just having this exposed foam up at the collar and at the top of the tongue. I mean, that's something that we always saw Virgil do with his designs. And I like how it doesn't have the Wings logo up near the collar of the shoe. They actually gave us the Wings logo on the heel, more like you'll see on like a Jordan 1 low or something. But it's not stamped in, it's actually stitched in. And I think that's pretty cool. And you'll notice there's a lot of different colors of suede on the upper, and they don't really have like an extremely high-end feel or anything, but they look really nice, and the colors are all really nice. But starting with this outsole, you can see it's just all this nice gray color. We got the pivot points in the front, and the Nike branding at the midfoot, and there's nothing new about that. It's just a Jordan 1 outsole tread pattern. And then coming up, they actually gave us a sail colored midsole, and I like that touch. And that kind of goes with the sail colored laces. And I think that just goes really well with all the grays and the tan hues of the suede on the upper. But you can see that we just have a sail midsole that wraps all the way around. And it's got sail stitching. And then as we come up to the mudguard, there we can see some white leather. And here you'll see another hint of that inside out, you know, theme. And you can tell because the suede is actually laying over top of the mudguard, whereas typically the mudguard comes up and goes over top of the toe box and then is stitched down. But in this instance, the suede comes over top of the mudguard and is stitched down. And I think that's neat. Just a cool little touch. And that's like a tannish gray color, but you have those perforations. And again, that suede, it's a short hair. It doesn't feel real soft, but it looks really, really nice in my opinion. And then you have more of that tan suede here at the base of the eye stays. And it looks like the stitching on all those panels matches pretty well. And then going up the eye stays, we actually get more of just like a regular gray color. And I like that. And it's got that same feel that we get down here on the other panels of suede. Not really soft or anything, but I like the contrast of color. And I think it just looks really, really nice. But then, like I mentioned, on the side panels, this has like a nylon type feel, but it really just feels like it's supposed to be something that's on the inside of the shoe. But it's neat, it's a unique look, and I think it looks really, really clean. But you have that on both side panels. And then the swoosh, like I said, it feels more like a canvas material, and that looks really nice. And there again is that little nod to 2-3 and that bright orange stitching. And just that pop of color really reminds me of Virgil's design as well. But then coming up to the collar, we have some more white leather. And it doesn't feel as synthetic as what we typically get on Jordan 1 mids. I actually like the feel of it. But then we've got more of this kind of nylon feeling material up around the collar. And like I mentioned, we have that exposed foam. The insole is a bright orange to match that stitching on the swoosh. And the tongue has kind of like an aged look to it. And it's almost like an orangish color, but it just kind of has like an antique look. And they also gave us some sail laces, but they gave us a spare set of gray laces, which I think would look really good in them as well. Hey, what's up?
Pretty.
Yeah, thanks. But that was just a quick look. At them. Let me know what you think. I think they're dope, and I think it's a pair that definitely reminds me of Virgil. But you all have a good one. I'm out.